After the age of 60, something silent and frightening begins to happen in our bodies. It's not just wrinkles or gray hair, it's the slow and steady loss of muscle, a condition doctors call sarcopenia. And here's the terrifying truth. By the time most seniors notice it, they've already lost up to 30% of their muscle strength, making everyday tasks like climbing stairs, carrying groceries, or even standing from a chair harder and riskier. Falls become more common, recovery takes longer, and independence begins to slip away. But what if I told you that hidden inside your pantry, there's a simple grain with the power to fight back? A food backed by science that not only slows this decline, but actually helps rebuild lost muscle, fueling your strength and protecting your independence. This isn't about powders, expensive supplements, or gym memberships you'll never use. It's about one natural, affordable grain you can eat daily that can literally turn the tide on aging muscles. Stay with me, because in just a moment, I'll reveal what this grain is, how it works inside your body, and why it could be the difference between frailty and freedom after 60. Number 5. Grain oats. When most people think of oats, they picture a plain bowl of oatmeal, maybe something bland and boring. But what seniors often don't realize is that oats are one of the most underestimated grains when it comes to muscle preservation. Oats are rich in plant-based protein, containing all 9 essential amino acids, and more importantly, they provide a steady release of energy thanks to their high fiber content. This is crucial for seniors over 60 because, as the body ages, sudden spikes and crashes in blood sugar can accelerate muscle breakdown and leave you feeling weak and tired. Oats help stabilize this process, allowing your body to actually use protein for repair instead of wasting it. Scientific studies have shown that adding oats to your diet just 3 to 4 times per week can improve nitrogen balance, a key marker of how well your body retains protein. And here's where it gets interesting. The type of beta-glucan fiber in oats also reduces inflammation. And chronic inflammation is one of the hidden drivers of sarcopenia. That means oats don't just fuel your muscles. They protect them from being eaten away by low-grade inflammation. There are also practical, everyday benefits. Seniors who eat oats in the morning report better stamina throughout the day, which means more energy to walk, garden, or exercise, all activities that further protect against muscle loss. Oats also pair beautifully with other muscle-friendly foods like yogurt, nuts, and berries, creating a complete protein package in one meal. Now, it's not about drowning oats in sugar or flavored packets loaded with additives. That would undo the benefits. The real secret is plain rolled oats or steel-cut oats, prepared simply, allowing the natural compounds to work. Think about it. A warm bowl of oats in the morning could be doing far more than keeping.
Are you full?
It could literally be preserving your independence, one spoonful at a time. Number 4. Grain brown rice. For decades, rice has been a staple in diets across the world. But when it comes to seniors over 60, the type of rice makes all the difference. White rice is stripped of its nutrients, offering quick energy, but very little support for aging muscles. Brown rice, on the other hand, keeps its bran and germ intact, and this is where the real power lies. It's loaded with magnesium, phosphorus, and B vitamins, all of which are essential for turning protein into usable muscle tissue. Without these cofactors, even the best sources of protein can't fully rebuild muscle, and that's a hidden reason many seniors struggle with weakness despite eating meat or dairy. Another overlooked benefit is the amino acid profile of brown rice. While it's not a complete protein on its own, it contains significant amounts of leucine, one of the most important amino acids for triggering muscle protein synthesis. Research shows that seniors who consume leucine-rich foods can reverse up to 20% of the decline seen with sarcopenia, giving them back strength and stability that many thought was lost forever. Brown rice also has a slower digestion rate compared to white rice. meaning it delivers a steady stream of energy without the blood sugar spikes that can accelerate muscle wasting. And here's something seniors rarely hear: brown rice naturally contains compounds that support mitochondrial function, the power plants of your cells. Stronger mitochondria mean more energy for muscle repair and less fatigue, which is one of the biggest complaints in older adults. Imagine replacing that drained feeling after a short walk with the stamina to keep going, simply by swapping white rice for brown. The beauty of brown rice is how versatile it is. It can be the base for a vegetable stir-fry, paired with beans for a complete protein, or simply served alongside fish or chicken. And unlike trendy supplements or powders, this is a food that's affordable, accessible, and proven through centuries of traditional diets to support endurance and strength. For seniors facing the silent creep of sarcopenia, brown rice isn't just food, it's fuel for resilience. Number 3. Grain quinoa. Quinoa is often called the ancient grain. But in truth, it's not just ancient, it's revolutionary for anyone over 60 who's fighting muscle loss. Unlike many other grains, quinoa is a complete protein, meaning it naturally contains all 9 essential amino acids your body can't make on its own. This is extremely rare in plant foods, and it's exactly what makes quinoa so powerful against sarcopenia. For seniors who might struggle to eat enough meat, fish, or dairy, quinoa acts as a perfect plant-based solution that doesn't just fill you up, it actively rebuilds tissue. Quinoa is especially high in leucine, isoleucine, and valine, the 3 branch-chain amino acids that are directly involved in stimulating muscle protein synthesis. Scientists have found that leucine in particular is like a switch. Once it's flipped, your body goes into repair mode, knitting together damaged muscle fibers and creating new ones. For seniors who often absorb protein less efficiently due to changes in digestion, having a leucine-rich grain like quinoa can mean the difference between maintaining strength or steadily wasting away. But the benefits don't stop with protein. Quinoa is also rich in magnesium and manganese, minerals that fuel ATP production, the raw energy your cells need to contract muscles. Think of it this way: without ATP, your muscles are like a car without gas. Seniors who include quinoa in their diets report not only improved muscle tone, but also better endurance during daily activities, whether that's carrying groceries, working in the garden, or keeping up with grandchildren. Quinoa also has another hidden advantage: it's naturally gluten-free and easy to digest. That makes it ideal for seniors with sensitive stomachs or conditions like celiac disease that limit other grains. And because it's packed with fiber, quinoa keeps blood sugar steady, preventing the roller coaster of fatigue and cravings that often discourage older adults from staying active. Real-world results back this up. In South American communities, where quinoa has been eaten daily for centuries, elders often remain physically active well into their 70s and 80s, tending fields, walking long distances, and showing levels of vitality that contrast sharply with Western patterns of frailty. This isn't coincidence, it's nutrition at work. And the best part? Quinoa is incredibly versatile. It can replace rice in almost any dish, become the base for salads, or even be eaten at breakfast with fruit and nuts. A single cup of cooked quinoa provides around 8 grams of high-quality protein, which, when combined with other protein sources in your diet, becomes a daily shield against sarcopenia. For seniors, quinoa is more than just food. It's proof that the right grain, eaten consistently, can literally hold back the clock on muscle loss. Number 2. Grain barley. Barley is one of the oldest cultivated grains in human history. Eaten by Roman gladiators, soldiers, and laborers who needed strength and stamina. Yet today, many seniors overlook it, replacing it with highly processed foods that offer calories but little nutrition. That's a mistake, because barley may be one of the most underrated weapons against sarcopenia. What makes it unique is its combination of slow-digesting carbohydrates, soluble fiber, and plant protein, a trio that works directly to preserve and rebuild muscle. One of the most powerful aspects of barley is its glycemic control. Sarcopenia is often accelerated by insulin resistance, a common problem in seniors where the body struggles to use sugar efficiently. This resistance doesn't just affect blood sugar, it also interferes with how muscles absorb and use amino acids for repair. Barley, with its beta-glucan fiber, slows down digestion so much that it can lower post-meal blood sugar spikes by up to 30%. That smoother control gives your muscles the chance to actually pull in nutrients instead of being starved by metabolic dysfunction. In other words, barley doesn't just feed you, it makes sure your muscles are fed too. Barley also contains an impressive amount of magnesium and selenium, minerals that play key roles in protein metabolism and muscle recovery. Magnesium, in particular, helps muscles relax and contract efficiently, reducing cramps and nighttime stiffness that plague many older adults. Seniors who add barley to their diets often notice improved mobility and fewer aches after physical activity because their muscles are finally receiving the nutrients they've been missing. Another remarkable feature of barley is its prebiotic effect. As we age, gut health declines, which directly affects nutrient absorption. Barley's fibers nourish beneficial gut bacteria, creating short-chain fatty acids that improve the body's ability to absorb protein and minerals. That's a hidden link many doctors don't mention. A strong gut equals stronger muscles, and barley strengthens both. Imagine being able to climb stairs or walk longer distances, simply because your gut is now allowing your muscles to rebuild properly. Barley isn't just about the science, it's about lived experience. In places like the Mediterranean and parts of Asia, where barley soups, breads, acacias are traditional staples, elders remain far more physically capable into their 70s and 80s. They don't think of it as a muscle food, yet their diets naturally protect them from the frailty so common in Western seniors. This is proof that barley's effect isn't a theory. It's a tradition with centuries of results. The best part for modern seniors is how adaptable barley can be. It can replace rice in a pilaf, bulk up a hearty stew, or be cooked into a warm breakfast porridge. And because it digests slowly, a single serving can keep you energized for hours, fueling not just your day, but your long-term independence. For seniors battling the invisible enemy of sarcopenia, barley is not just another grain on the shelf, it's a grain that strengthens from the inside out, one meal at a time. Number 1. Grain millet. Millet may not be the first grain that comes to mind in modern Western kitchens, but for centuries, it has been a cornerstone of strength and survival across Asia and Africa, sustaining entire populations through harsh climates and lean harvests. And now science is proving that this humble grain could be the single most powerful tool seniors over 60 can use to fight sarcopenia and regain muscle fast. What makes millet so extraordinary is its nutrient density and balance. It is not just another carbohydrate source. It is a complete package of slow-releasing energy, high-quality plant protein, K, and an array of minerals that directly feed muscle fibers. Unlike many common grains, millet is rich in leucine, lysine, and methionine, amino acids that work together to spark the process of muscle protein synthesis. The very mechanism that rebuilds tissue after age has begun to tear it down. Research shows that seniors who include leucine-rich foods in their diets can see significant improvements in muscle repair even without heavy exercise. And millet delivers that stimulus in a natural, affordable way. But the story doesn't stop with amino acids. Millet is also loaded with magnesium, iron, and phosphorus, which act like construction workers behind the scenes, shuttling nutrients into cells, fueling energy production, and reinforcing the skeletal system that supports every movement you make. Magnesium helps muscles relax and contract properly, Phosphorus powers the energy cycle of ATP that muscles burn with every step. And iron ensures oxygen delivery, so your tissues don't starve during activity. Without these elements, even the best protein in the world cannot rebuild muscle effectively. And that is why millet is so powerful. It provides the raw materials and the tools all at once. Seniors often complain about fatigue, weakness, or the fear of falling. But what they don't realize is that millet's unique combination of protein and micronutrients can directly reduce these risks by restoring not just muscle mass, but also endurance and stability. And unlike wheat or corn, which can cause spikes in blood sugar, millet has a naturally low glycemic index, keeping energy steady for hours and preventing the crashes that sap motivation to stay active. This makes millet particularly important for seniors with diabetes or prediabetes, conditions that not only damage blood vessels but also accelerate muscle wasting if left unchecked. The cultural evidence is just as compelling as the science. In rural Indian communities where millet is eaten daily as porridges, flatbreads, or fermented drinks, elders in their 70s and 80s are often seen carrying loads, climbing hills, and working long days in the fields with energy levels that Western seniors can hardly imagine. These are not isolated anecdotes, they are living demonstrations of millet's muscle-preserving power. For seniors in the United States, rediscovering millet is like uncovering a forgotten weapon against frailty. It can be cooked into soups, baked into breads, or used as a substitute for rice in almost any dish, making it easy to incorporate into a daily routine. And here is the dramatic truth. While expensive supplements, gym memberships, and high-tech therapies are marketed as solutions to aging, a simple bowl of millet can quietly deliver the results that matter most. The ability to rise from a chair without struggle, to walk without fear of falling, to carry groceries without gasping, to keep living life on your own terms. After 60, independence is measured in strength, and strength is built meal by meal, grain by grain. That is why millet takes the #1 spot, because for seniors battling the slow erosion of sarcopenia, this grain is not just food, it is freedom. And now you know the 5 grains that can change everything after 60 oats for steady energy. Brown rice for muscle cofactors, quinoa for complete protein, barley for endurance, and millet for freedom. But the real story here is not about choosing one superfood and hoping it saves you. The truth is that sarcopenia, the slow, invisible loss of muscle that steals strength from millions of seniors, is not inevitable. It happens silently. Yes, it creeps in with every year after midlife, but it can be slowed, it can be reversed, and it can be fought with simple choices you make every single day. Imagine the difference between waking up and struggling to lift yourself from bed compared to rising with ease because your muscles are fueled and ready. Imagine carrying your groceries without fear of dropping them, climbing stairs without gripping the railing in panic, walking into your golden years not as a victim of age, but as someone who still has independence, confidence, and vitality. These grains are not exotic, they are not expensive, they are not hidden behind pharmaceutical labels or miracle powders. They are waiting for you on the shelves of your grocery store. Ignored by most, but capable of giving back the strength you thought was gone forever. The science is clear. The examples from around the world are undeniable. Cultures that rely on whole, nutrient-dense grains see elders living longer, moving better, and staying independent far beyond what most Americans consider possible. The question is not whether these grains work. The question is whether you will let them work for you. Because every year after 60, you lose up to 3% of your muscle mass if you do nothing. In 10 years, that could mean the difference between walking freely and needing a cane, between living at home and moving into assisted care. But if you start today with oats in the morning, quinoa in your salad, barley in your soup, millet in your dinner, you're not just eating, you're investing in your future self. It's not about diets, trends, or quick fixes. It's about power, strength, and independence, built one meal at a time. And that is why this matters so much. Sarcopenia does not announce itself with pain. It announces itself with weakness, with dependence, with the quiet surrender of things you used to love. Don't wait until it's too late. Fill your pantry with the grains that have sustained warriors, farmers, and elders for centuries, and let them sustain you. Because after 60, your body is telling you every day that it needs more support, and you now know exactly where to find it. The choice is yours. Will you let age take your strength, or will you fight back with the foods that rebuild it? Leave me a comment below and tell me which of these grains you'll try first. Share this video with someone you love. And remember, independence isn't lost overnight. And it doesn't have to be lost at all if you take action now.